Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a fabulous day, and if it's not a fabulous day, it's about to become a fabulous day. But weird, the music is not matching up with the timer again. That does not make any sense. Anyway, yeah, let's go have a fabulous trial. Yesterday's investigation was very, 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 very long. I hope the trial doesn't be like that. Like they give us a sufficient recess and stuff like that. Like in the previous one. December 29, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Okay, he's already nervous. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk? What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. What is he, a baby? Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick? Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why did Phoenix respond to that, sweetie? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick? Nick is thinking about it. What's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. Oh my god, the fabulous is contagious. December 29, 10 a.m. District Court. Meteor, what's up? How are you? Now I'm actually here. Wow, you're late. You didn't come here before me today. Welcome. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Oh no, Von Karma. I did not miss her. I could not read that. Get on with it. Oh, sorry, I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Jaws. The pie from 16 minutes ago would disagree with me being late. I did not see that one. Okay, you were too early for me to notice. So, well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. Yes! Maybe we can rig this trial. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we call the defendant Maximilian Galactica. Sounds more friendly. Let's be friendly to the fabulous defendant. I wonder if that is to our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. The judge was this close to asking Maximilian to come in here flying. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix, right? Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? And that she's in denial that her perfect record has become imperfect. She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Why you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix, right? I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There, opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. Pretty sure anyone with Von 2 in the name is that way. Who's Von 2? What is Von 2? Very well, you may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. I wonder if it's gonna be Trilo or Mo. Detective, no, right. They always start with Gumshoe. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Get up there, now. Oh, a typo, okay. Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Oh my god, she's insulting him. Don't mention it, it's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well, I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. Alright, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony. I miss Edgeworth. Details of the event. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the Big Top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up at around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Ow. I see. He was beaten to death. Finally, an autopsy report. The court accepts this into the evidence. Time of death 10:15, cause blunt force trauma to the back of the head. A blunt object. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. I want to know what that murder weapon was, but it seems like they haven't figured that out. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40, making it extremely cold out. Why would I press on this? Let's see. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. When did the snow start? I mean, if it was a blizzard, I feel like that was very tiny amount of snow, to be honest. I kinda want to see a game like this, but you're a corrupt lawyer that has to get a guilty person not guilty. That would be funny. Did it pile up? Oh, Phoenix is thinking the same thing I'm thinking about. It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's got to be more to this. What's the matter, Nick? I need to look take a look at the court record. Nothing was mentioned about the snow ever in any of our evidence. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? All of the circus performers were gathered in the Big Top to practice their routines. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Come on, dancers are performers. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot, Regent, the tiger, was there too, as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? I was about to ask about the monkey. When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. The practice session broke around 10 p.m. Why is my mouth moving on its own? Damn it. Can I ever have something just work, you know? Hello. Maybe this is better. Yapping intensifies, as some young kids say. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room, tired from work. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. I wonder how Ben was practicing without Trilo, because it seems... Actually, do I remember when Maximilian actually took the doll, Trilo, and hid it? I don't remember. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15. Felix forgot one detail as well. Maximilian was getting lectured about hitting Ben, right? I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay, no problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us... I couldn't read that! Stop it, Von Karma, damn it. This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll just have to revisit the testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? The victim was found bent over a wooden box set as a doornail. A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? What was in it? It feels like that could be a motive. It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. They didn't open it. That box gotta look like this now. Yes, it got crushed. The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. 20 pound isn't heavy. It boasts a small but strong lock. I mean, this is lighter than a 5-gallon water, right? Or am I mixing numbers up? This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. I want to ask about the lock, because it seems like since it was locked, I cannot even figure out what the contents were. You said the box was locked? How exactly was it locked? Well, it had quite a sturdy lock on it. It took quite a bit to open that boy up, so they did open it. Can I ask about the content? Can I go back? So when you found the box, it was locked, correct? Yes, it was. Some of the forensics team took it back to the precinct to crack it open. I see. Continue, Detective Gumshoe. Oh my god. We're gonna need to press on that one again and get another option. I'm gonna go through all three options. About the wooden box. This wooden box, you figure it weighs about 20 pounds, right? Sounds about right. The whole thing is lined with iron. Iron plating? Why do you think it's lined with iron? I figure they just did it to... No! Fuck! She never lets me read! I think you could all do without your guesses, Detective. Stick to what little you actually know. Sorry. Damn it, I forgot to check that thing, that mod that shows you the log. Suffice it to say, the box is really heavy. Let me see. Hold on. Weird. How do I go to the workshop? Was I hallucinating? Was I just dreaming about the log? There is one. And okay, maybe I'll do this for next stream. But damn it, the Von Karma really is forcing me to get this mod. I hate this, I really hate this. You may continue, Detective. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebra in the neck. Wait, we needed to ask about the contents, right? About the contents. Do you mind telling us what was inside the box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. So they used brute force after all. All that was inside was this little bottle. Drugs? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like. It's a condiment bottle. What? Why was it put put in a huge heavy box? Even if it was drugs, why was it put in a huge heavy box? Wouldn't you want to conceal it? What's inside the bottle? Pepper? So it really is a condiment. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that was some sort of special... that has some sort of special meaning. Small seasoning bottle found inside the wooden box the victim was hunched over. It contains pepper. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebra in his neck. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No, I bet I made it disappear with magic. Is he trying to be funny? Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman. Okay, that is Trilo. To the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trilo will show up on the stand as well. Of course, otherwise he cannot testify. There we go. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Trilo Quist. I am employed as an operatic tenor. Okay, I need to look up what this tenor word means. The second time it shows up. General course or character of something. Tendency. A puppet or drift, okay. That meaning works. He's a Discord GIF. I wonder why that the GIF thing is called that now. Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That rub must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Ahem, me, 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 me. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics, they leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up, just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly, I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order, order, I demand to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about... Von Karma. You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed. What you witnessed. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean clown. Okay, yes, more. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max. We cannot verify that's Max. Heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? I mean, you were there too. Can anybody verify your alibi? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How could you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown? That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why is that? Here's the absolute proof. A silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. I don't know if I believe this. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay, I guess she's the boss again today. Cross-examination. What reason would the murderer have to implicate someone else with the crime? Yeah. It's funny, like, the murderer made sure to take the murder weapon with him, but he left a signature piece of his outfit. Financial gain. What's up, Lani? How are you doing? Hope you're having a fabulous day. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, I mean clown. The clown? You're talking about Mel? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. So he was too tired to even kill somebody, I think. Chat got financial gain. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, but so Ben took him back to his room. Okay. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Sorry, Meteor. I am a bit confused. Oh, financial gain. Okay, I get it. I just read it wrong. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy is ahead of the pack. Then what happened? Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza entrance. Why did you leave somebody who probably needs some taking care of? Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix, right? I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thinker. At least my teachers always said I was. What the hell is a thinker? That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? A snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears, lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Geez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hack, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? You saw Max and only Max, right, Shiloh? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character. There is more to the story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? There is no proof it was Max. Wait a second. There is no proof that the witness saw Maximilian Galactica. Hey, you still don't get it, do you? I saw what I saw. It was Max's three-piece joke of a costume. Anybody could be wearing that. Oh man, it's not working. I think you should study up on your celebrities, Mr. Wright. Okay. Let's press on this one again and try another option. Ben only saw Max. That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? Like the victim? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? Where's... Oh. And that's the victim. That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Before the witness could have seen him, anyone with sense could have figured that one out. Is it possible that the victim was wearing that getup for some reason? What are you talking about? I mean, look, the costume is right in his office too. And he refused to take a coat with him out in the cold. But then, why didn't Maximilian see him take the costume with him? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room. Why was he just, as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. Seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. Anybody can be wearing that costume. Why can't they see that? And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. No, he's not right. He's wrong. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trello wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? He does, because they both want to marry the girl, Regina. Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yes, I think so. I don't know anymore. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. Clown. Oh, they didn't let us proceed after that to the last thing to press on, right? Yeah, we didn't press on this one. The police showed up and took Magic Boy away. Which of the three stooges did he leave with? Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I think it was around, I would say, a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in the weather. Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in the weather? Well, maybe you were waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix, right. We can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something. Mr. Wright. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold at night? Okay, this is bad. I do not know. Russell did say he needed to go out for a bit, so... Maybe he was meeting with the victim. You don't know? No. Think back to what Maya said. Was it thinking about... what? I don't know what Maya said. Maybe he was waiting for Max. Maybe they're like, well, let's have a fight over Regina. Ulterior motive. Yeah, maybe it was Max. But no, Max never mentioned that he was going to see anybody. I'm gonna try this first. Don't hold your tongue, Ben. It's your job to answer all the stupid questions. I think that failed. I'm sorry, Trilo. Gotta find a way to get more information out of this witness. Okay. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive. Okay, fine. No, we go back to the start. But if he was waiting for Max, then why didn't he actually go after him when he saw him? If he was expecting Max, why didn't he like, hey, I'm here? Was he meeting with Regina? It's definitely not the clown. He was too tired. But maybe it was a date. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Wah! What happened to his head? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well, the puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Eh? Alright. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept this, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max. Let me read. There's absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. Why did he give in when Karma seemed like she was pushing back? It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Don't volunteer things. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance of the lodging house? I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? That the matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. I think the monkey stole the ring from him while he was waiting too. About the proposal. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. What's that squeaking? Sweats. I don't hear squeaking. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Okay, so it wasn't his ring. Maybe it was the one Max wanted to present. Or maybe when we press and be like, show it to us, he's like, well, I don't really have it actually. Meteor. I'm not squeaking, I think. Lani, do you have a little mouse in your house? Asking if you heard it. I did not hear it. Oh, you're asking Meteor if he heard it. I don't know. Maybe there was something that the mic picked up, but I can't hear it because of the headphones on my ears. But not sure if there was actually was a sound. I have too much environmental noise. Why the box? That's not helping me here. You should have clipped it. It's too late. Maybe I squeaked. Who knows? You know I'm a mouse at heart. You're going to propose you a puppet. Don't be so obstinate. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. No, please don't add to this. Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. Sigh. What was with that sigh at the end? Okay. Don't be surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. By proposal, do you mean proposing marriage, correct, to Regina? Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right, Ben? Well, okay. This is fine. It's fake fire. This is fine. Can I do? I could not. Whoa. Okay, I guess the spinning actually put out the fire. I don't think that's how fire works. Yeah. Got it? That's the truth. I even had something to give her. What was exactly that you planned to give her? You know exactly what I was going to give her, Numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? A ring! Why are you spinning me? No! Oh my god. Okay, the hair does not freeze. This is fine. When you hear this, you're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Nice try, yes. Engagement ring. Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed. Let me read. I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I would like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I planned on giving an engagement ring to Regina. An engagement ring? It is. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Cheap ring. Oh yeah, we already saw that it has Trilo's initial on it. Trilo to Regina. So it was his ring. Why did I forget that? So we have the monkey unaccounted for among the performers. And probably he stole this while Trilo was waiting for Regina. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is going to love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's got to be something I can catch him on. When he says he keeps it in his pocket all the time and he had it when he was waiting, maybe that's when I present the ring itself. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course. What a stupid question. Yours or Ben's? You've got to be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off? I'm sorry, really? You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Really? Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. Let me press first, just out of curiosity. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her? That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way. Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. Okay, Max actually talks. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna get his wood block in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. So what about this present? In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. So you are still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give up that easily. Oh my god, they really paid very little. I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap his testimony. That's the spirit. Give him back. Huh? Give him back? Or what did she say? That's weird. The judge has that dazed and confused look again. Maybe he should get out more. He needs to touch grass. Okay, let's go to the last statement. You do not have it in your pocket. In fact, we have it in our pocket. Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine. Give it back, thief. Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said in the end I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Oh, he exploded in all directions. What is going on here? That's... Ben, say something. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money? Like a bank vault? How that filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him? Mr. Quest, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Fiats? What's a fiat? Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. It's money currency, okay. Isn't there a fiat car brand? Shiny things? Like slandering an innocent dollar or euro. Okay, I see. When was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details, I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have... It could have been taken around that time. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Triloquist. What did you do when that ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this low, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. An important point? Ben's testimony has a flaw. There is a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Monkey, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads up to the next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that someone slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defendant's argument does hold water. The defense argument. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't just lie to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw the worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. I told you so many times you would think you'd know my story is not changing. You've already changed your stories, sick boy. I'm sure it will change some more. Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. Witnessing Max. I'll give you that I was waiting for Regina that night. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There is no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max? That's right, money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see, I would say about, I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Witnessing Max. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night? That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. He has 4. I've got 4, you know. 4. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think that something would have slipped by me? 4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. The judge is falling for it. The judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilo. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. So I saw Max coming out of the big top that night? Of course that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. Okay, so he is telling us that he was not focused on the plaza itself. I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it? Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. It was 10 p.m. Yes, that sounds about right. Sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. So he testified that you said good evening to Max that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I would say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You've got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trilo. You say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trilo. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom. Impossible. A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Trilo's evening greeting. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly, how is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I would understand. Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. The bottle! Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trilo would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I get about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. She's cheering me on to bluff. Von Karma sure knows about being cordial, yes. The witness will resume his testimony. Wait, they didn't give me a chance to present the bottle. I'm absolutely sure it was Maximilian. You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said. I told you already, geez, I'm 100 absolutely sure. There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now. Damn it. Even Maya is helping with this. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be some hole in his testimony somewhere. But do we have the proof to make something stick? All you can do is try, right, Nick? You gotta have something that will prove useful. Alright, time to go to work. Do I just present the bottle when he says goodnight? Good evening, good evening. Let's try it. It worked! It stopped the music, so it worked. Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? Fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact? It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement doesn't usually end with someone getting clunked over the head. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch. Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There is absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just say good evening to his rival. Are you saying this witness is lying? His salute puppet is woody and hard. That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright? Thank you for the hydrate, Meteor. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? I'm gonna say he saw a different person. I hope they don't ask me who, though. Is he actually lying? I don't think Ben is able to lie, even to make that kind of lie, even through Trilo. I think he just simply couldn't tell who really was in that costume. And it is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. Okay, maybe he even knew that somebody was in that costume. Pretending to be Max. Everybody in the circus hates him except for Regina, right? So maybe this is a conspiracy. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe that the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there's only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trallo made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world? Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trallo saw that evening then? I'm gonna go with this hunch again. Considering the ill temper of this witness, there's only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor, it was not Regina. If it was Regina, Trallo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh yeah, I suppose you've got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? Why is she helping me? Don't steal my thunder. Only Edgeworth is allowed to steal my thunder. You are correct, it was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trallo, isn't it correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. You seem thirsty. Shh. Why didn't I see this earlier? It's 4 minutes ago. One karma is then you and improved Edgeworth. No. You cannot replace Edgeworth. There is only one Edgeworth. How do you respond to this? Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols? Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you gotta remember them by now. Here we go again, everyone. All together now. Ow. Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses. A silk hat and a cloak, anyone could wear them. They would even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? Zarika, what's up? How are you doing today? Did you have time to think about me? No, I have barely any time to think about anything these days. How do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? I really need to be looking into like ukulele, how to get that item that might help me with the last boss, but I haven't even had the chance for that. And Thursday is coming very soon. It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Sleepy in a good way. Nice. Is it almost bedtime for you? I don't know your time zone. It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Thursday is coming real soon. Yeah. It's 10 p.m. for me, so yeah. Soon EP time. Nice. Miss Von Karma. Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, for once they ask her to present evidence. Nice. If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes, I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Okay, it's time to call her next witness, I guess. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right? What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza last night. I applaud you on your effort, but who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. I knew it. Your Honor, the prosecution will provide beyond a shadow of a doubt an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. I thought we established that this witness is unreliable. Yeah, right. That there is one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. Oh. We're having a very early recess. Can I finish this day in one stream? During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. He has given her the chance to tell the witness what to say. He even told her, like, prepare the witness. Damn it. Okay, let's see. December 29, 11:54 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 5. Sweetie, you have to believe me, I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room back because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous. That's a fabulously possibility. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would Ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double, Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up, magician or president. Please don't be the president. We already have a clone. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. He'd make a better president. You're right. Yes. Okay, fine. I will take Max for president. December 29, 12:06 p.m. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well, I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls, that's his name? Please take the stand. Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? Okay. Why is he sad? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. In West Clan... What? I couldn't read that. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? I could not even read that. He interrupted too quickly. Oh my god. What? Were you able to read it, Fulani? Oh, damn it. I need to set up that mod with the log. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. Okay. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Okay, I approve of this joke. Nobody's laughing, only me. Okay, how about this one? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? Oh no. How was that one? Damn it, where is Soren when there is dad jokes? In the courtroom. Your name. Lawrence Girls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. Okay, Jay, found it. You found it. Everyone laughed when Mo said he wants to be a clown. No one's laughing now. Is it gonna be on Discord? Or are you gonna post it in the chat? Oh, okay. In West Clownadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent my clown whipped. Okay, thank you. Lawrence Kurz, professional funny man. Okay, we read this. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder. Correct? Yes, it is. The Clown of Clownair? What is Clownair? I know you're trying to do some wordplay, but my brain is not finding it. Does Jay get the reference? Yeah, it's that this comedy show. Wait, I think Meteor is making the same reference too, right? And I don't remember the relic exactly, but I do know that they are similar to this. What was the name of that show? I don't remember. I haven't seen it in years. Prince of Bel-Air. Yes. Okay, that's why it's Clownair. Okay. The Clown of Clownair. Yes. Very well, Mr. Carls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a no, I couldn't read that. Without the humor, please. No. No more dad jokes. Oh, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. Why was Trilo allowed to be his normal self? What you witnessed. I know. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. Am I gonna be pressing him on this? I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. You made me laugh. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. This isn't about the murder. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone. What do you think of me? How am I doing? Am I gonna cross-examine that? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? No, she's lying. Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. What does that mean? Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Oh, she's sacrificing Gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. What you witnessed? For real. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though. It was the ringmaster and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. Nice, now we can question him on how pooped he was. Oh my god, you're right. Imagine he makes a poop joke when we press him. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. No. I didn't cross-examine him. Of course you can. There's no way this account can be criticized. Shit's about to hit the fan. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter? What is a kilter? Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. The judge is suspicious of the clown. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've gotta find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright? Your Honor? I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. We're gonna do all the pressing. We need to see this. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling. Saber rattling? What? You heard you found the squeak. Let me hear it. Maybe I need to mute the game for a moment to actually hear it in the clip. Wow. Okay, I think I know what this squeak is. If I was hydrating right there, one of my water bottles makes this squeaky sound when I twist it open, but I had no reason to twist it open. I mean, I only remove the lid completely when I need to refill it with water. It has another opening that doesn't squeak where I actually drink the water from. But that's the only thing that I can think of that could make that sound around me. From a minute ago. So it's another squeak. Weird. I don't see anything that could be making that sound. Don't tell me I have a rat in my house. In my room specifically. It's the second squeak. Sounded identical. Identical. Then it wouldn't be a rat, would it? Weird. Now I'm scared. Is it my chair? I don't know what could make that sound. Yeah, kind of plasticky for sure. Yeah. That's why the first thing I thought of was my bottle, but I really have no reason to open it. I don't know if the NVIDIA broadcast being like not up to date because then the updated version doesn't work well. Maybe that's causing some issues. You're not real, you're just a squeaky toy. Yeah, maybe I'm the one squeaky. I'm made of plastic. The whole model is plastic. And the thing is, I did not hear it. I don't know if it's because I do have the headphones on or it's really something coming out of the computer onto the screen only. The stream only. Something. But no, everything that I'm capturing with OBS is also outputting to my headphones. So that wouldn't make sense. You're reminded of Aqua. Who's Aqua? What a predicament. I need to know what's making that squeak. Who's gonna investigate this? I think we already know I'm not the best investigator. Anyway, let's go back to the game. I wonder if it was squeaking yesterday too. The Barbie girl. Okay, I remember the Barbie song. Life is in plastic is fantastic. Yes. Why didn't I hear it? Damn it. I need to unstuck my head from thinking about this and go back to the game. I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. By what? Whipping me? I'm okay with that. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. Maybe we should save. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. What? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Never mind, I had some hope. Now, 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. I want to hear the joke, but then I'm gonna be penalized, right? Let's hear the 8 o'clock joke. I'm okay with being penalized. We saved. You know you want to hear the joke. A man goes to his doctor and the doctor asks, "How is number 1?" The man says, "Every day at..." No! She didn't let me read the joke. That's the penalty. She won't allow it. These are exactly the type of jokes you should save for that detective. Can I be a gumshoe? I want to hear the jokes. You know what would happen. Don't look at me like that. Oh no, they really took... Oh, okay. This will not become a kangaroo court. This isn't funny at all. In more ways than one. At least let me read the joke, if you're gonna take my HP away for it. You have no idea how tired Okay, no, let's press on this again and see if he actually tells us something useful if we don't ask for the joke. Let's not. Let's not make it to 8 p.m. Alright, Mo? No! Okay, at least there's context with that quote. I have some defense. Let me see. Thank you for the reading, Wani. Let me watch that really quick, too. Okay. The context is not making the quote any better. It's not proving my innocence of anything. Okay. Thank you for the quote and the clip. Wait, I forgot to feature it. Open it again. Okay. Let's not make it 8 p.m. Alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clowning around. Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? You are so boring. I know, they won't let me be funny. You have no idea how tired I was last night. I was pooped. Can we hear the joke about the pooped? You were pooped that night? Yes, I was very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that, as they say, happens. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet humor these days. At least we got this joke for free. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. Oh my god, we're getting penalized just for pressing. Okay. So the first time we actually got a choice. We need to be choosing our presses. I got it like that intentionally, I know. Skibidi toilet reference? What is skibidi? I thought I would go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. You just happened to glance out of the window? You could say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. I might die before I am done pressing this guy. Good thing we saved. Oh, I guess cinnamon is not allowed. Synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Is this the one time the game doesn't want us to keep pressing? Why was he peeking out of the window if he was pooped? For once, it's probably better if you aren't in the know. I want to be in the know, though. No cinnamon. Exactly why did you look out of the window that night? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. I guess that was the box falling onto the ground. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Is this the loud thud? It's the pie hitting my head. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thumb, didn't I? That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah. What she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. No place more fitting for pies hitting heads than the circus. Very well, Mr. Carls. Please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables into our favor. I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me take a look outside. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kinda sounded like... I guess you could say... Mr. Girls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. How did you know that I was gonna say joke? I guess that the sound sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Okay, so it wasn't box falling onto the ground. Somebody should make an Angry Birds slingshot widget so we can aim the pie. That would be fun, but that is completely outside of the capabilities of VTuber Plus, I think. The viewer attack is kinda like that. Just not quiet. What do you mean? No! No. Can I hide my big head? I got it! There's just the ponytail. We're not gonna interrupt the game with our hair anymore. With my hair. Stay there. Well, I'm dodging these, I guess. At least they're only hitting my shoulder. Actually, they always hit my shoulder. That's weird. No. Do not ragdoll me like this. Lem, that's you! What's up? How are you doing? Viewer attack allows you to basically place where you want an animation to go. Is that like some kind of plugin or something? Oh no, I'm already half HP from a few attacks. No. Damn it. No. Stop it. No? Okay. No! No. I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. That's what it sounded like, honestly. No. Fine, I will take my pie hat off. Well, that softened the bonk, I guess. Why am I getting punked? What the hell? The throw items, where are they going now? Oh no. Chibi Aisha has been ragdolled. Nice combo. No. Ah. Ow. Do I become just a small pieces of ice when you bonk me like that? No, I become milk. Never mind. Someone getting hit, huh? The explosion is fiery now. Yeah, I figured out what I was doing wrong. It wasn't the problem with the VTuber Plus. It was problem with me using the wrong option on Spout 2. Thank you for the hydrate, Meteor. Scroll up a bit. I think I missed something. Yeah, for bits or channel points. Cool. Viewer attack. Let me just take note of that. We'll look at it later. Is it a plugin on Twitch? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though. Oh, it was Flanny! Oops. I'm sorry, Flanny. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm gonna give you an extra hydrate for free. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they looked about yay big, I would say they were about 30 feet from my window. Twitch plugin like Blurb. Nice. Hopefully I remember to think about that. I've been swarmed with so many things for the last week or so. I guess not entirely sound-based. I used to use Blurb in the past, but I removed it because I found better options. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night and it cut down on visibility. I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw. It was the ringmaster and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. How could he tell it was the ringmaster? I understand the silhouette showing the three symbols, but the ringmaster? You say you clearly saw this even though you were, by your own admission, far away. That's right, I had been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, so she did prepare the witness. But now I am 100% sure that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw last night. What exactly did the prosecutor tell you? Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Sent me an example clip. Let me take a look. That's cool. We need that on Ash's stream with the newts. Uppity symbol. Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. Okay, this is getting very old. No! Oh, they only do it for Trilo. Poor Mo. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Yowza. Enough foolishness. Get back on track. Think about it, Mo. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw and only what he saw? I kept watching them and all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. Oh wait, speaking of thinking, I gotta... Oh, you have to go? What's that got to do with thinking? Thank you for the stream, have fun. Thank you so much for being here, Meteor, appreciate it. And have a good thinking. You say you saw the ringmaster get clunked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random squeaker? What? What is this word? What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this way. You know what's weird? He said he looked out the window because he heard the thud. And then he says he saw the ringmaster getting attacked. But that's not possible because he was already attacked. He should not have seen them talking to each other and then at some point he gets attacked. So the thud maybe wasn't the ringmaster getting hit, or Von Karma is twisting this to her advantage somehow. Could better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Now she has sympathy for the clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. Oh my god, it's gonna take out all my HP. A nice penalty. Gulp. Should I mess this up just so I see how hard she's gonna whip me? Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix, right? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Of course I do, because his testimony is all contradictory. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all that great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them and all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, then there is no way that he could have seen Max clunk anyone. I couldn't read that. Mr. Carls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Is he continuing what he started that I couldn't read? Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? C-Team? Clown team? No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. The A-Team, the TV show. I don't think I know that show. Well, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Damn it. I should have tried to fail this just to see that whipping. I mean, we just saved before his cross-examination. We could have recovered from this. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. Now that makes sense. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Okay. This is the second time this happens. And she's still there. Why is she allowed to still be a prosecutor? In 1972, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground today still wanted by the government. They survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-team. The text referenced. I don't think I've seen or heard that before. Is this supposed to be a theme song? Because it doesn't feel like it rhymes. Let me Google or DuckDuckGo the A-team. Maybe a picture would jog my memory better. Nope, never saw it. Weird. No, it's not weird actually. It makes sense. I'm not cultured enough to recognize it. It's more an introduction text. Oh, then the song starts. Okay. Von Karma. Tampering with the witness again. So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clunk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say. Mr. Curls, Your Honor? You did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify to the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. No more jokes. No. The silhouette. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony. No, it's not. We don't know who was wearing those things. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. Alright, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. The silhouette. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. Doesn't seem like he is jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. Trilo said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of the face I saw... You just said you couldn't see his face. His face was silhouetted. It must have been Max. You're sure of that? Such a silly little boy. You threw his tire case headlong into a trap. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. You're sure that is what you saw that night? He's saying the silhouette matches Max. Okay. Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. Do birds have terrible night vision? He's taking him literally. But that's not what I saw. That's not all I saw. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. You were able to see that kind of detail in your window? From your window? There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right eye. Our records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. So you didn't actually see that criminal, what the criminal was holding? That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so on their autopsy report. Is she telling me to look at it? We cannot see further details. With Trialo's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Nick, you've got to find a contradiction in this. That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've got to do it. Was my first guess that she's the killer? No, I don't think so. But she does have that blunt object. She has a wand. And I guess Ben has the Trilo. That could have been used, and both of these examples can explain why the weapon was not found. But I'm gonna assume she's probably too short, being 16 years old. The only person that I think can dress up like Max and look like him from the back would be Ben. We have that monkey master that we haven't seen yet. There's a ditto in chat. No, I'm too late. Oh. Okay. Too late to apologize. A lot of songs today, huh? And the other thing, the acrobat, he could possibly do whatever tricks are needed to not leave any footprints and frame Max for being, you know, flying and all. And the monkey was out there that night. But I've never seen Acro. I don't have a profile of him. I cannot present him. I can only present the monkey. I feel like when we saw the clown's memory, we didn't really see a feather. But maybe I'm just remembering wrong. But let's try it. I don't see anything else we can do. Okay, it didn't work. Have the answer? Let me think about it. I don't remember which one triggered the picture of the memory. Maybe I need to present a person. Nobody has the same silhouette of his face. And the silhouette of his hair doesn't matter because he was wearing the hat. It couldn't have been Ben because Ben was chasing after the monkey for that ring. And she didn't care about her dad being dead at all. And the only way we can bring up the acrobat is by presenting the monkey because we never met him. Okay, Flonny, can you give me a hint? Or, I don't know, I might actually ask for the answer if I can't figure it out from the hint. Also, the cloak is actually not black. Let's try just presenting this for now. Maybe it did something. Okay, never mind the hint. It stopped the music, it worked. Never mind. You say you saw all of Mac's uppity symbols. I was typing out the hint. Now I'm curious what the hint would have been. I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo? Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols. Yay, everyone get ready, all together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Oh, it wasn't about the black cloak, it was about that he didn't mention the roses. I was like, he didn't mention the roses because they're attached to the cloak. I mean, Phoenix himself just said hat and cloak earlier and nobody objected to that. Okay. So maybe it's a black-purple color. It wasn't the color. I was gonna say to think back to the previous witness's chant. Okay. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I love pie. Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth, no fractions. Order, order. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. No, you just told me there was a bright light in there. The witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There are no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He is just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Yeah, give it to her. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony? There is no way I could mistake someone wearing these 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now what I'm supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. Seems that unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature? I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in this next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. Wait, it's gonna be a quick case? I'm all for it to be a quick case. I'm so done with Von Karma. Let's move on to find out what happened to Edgeworth. Nick, this is your last chance. Can I replenish my HP at least? The Silhouette, Part 2. Edgeworth is so last game, no. There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There was no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you are going to prove to me there is a contradiction with Mr. Corl's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I need. Why is the judge being so mean? We need to save. I think one mistake can end us. Mo, be honest. Ow. You promised, Mr. Phoenix. No! That's gonna kill me? Wow. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. Okay, we need to only press on the thing that matters. I think I'm gonna press him on the decorations on the hat. Either that or the other statement about the symbols. He did not actually mention what the symbols were. Let me reload. We did not get much whipping on that. Okay. That wasn't it. Wow. This sucks. Do I want a hint now? I mean, if it's just pressing through all of these, it's fine. I can figure it out eventually. I'm gonna try to think. All of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Maybe it's this one. Or maybe they don't want me to press him at all. Maybe they just want me to present. So maybe I just present the hat. I'm like, if he was wearing it the whole time, then why was it found on the crime scene? I'm gonna try presenting. It worked! This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat he saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No questions in your mind? That would have been my hint, don't press OK. Exactly, how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma. Where exactly was the silk hat found? You must always ask these questions. It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means... that silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. It was planted. Order, order. Mr. Curls. Yes, Your Honor? What is the meaning of all this? The judge is so upset. You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because... well, okay. He's mad. Enough the childish outburst, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? This meltdown almost looks like the meltdown of all other the real murderers before. But I really don't see him as the murderer. But maybe it was him. Maybe he feigned being so tired. He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene. Okay, that's something he did not mention. What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? He went flying, right? How did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Mr. Phoenix, right, is badgering the witness, Your Honor. Maybe not flying, maybe, jumping around like an acrobat, right? This witness's testimony is so full of hole, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on that matter. Is that alright with you, Miss Little Guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? Okay. He's definitely either trying to protect the acrobat or he really wants Max to take it just because he hates him. The answer is obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's a lie. There were no footprints. That's what I expected you would say. You're sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter the story as to how the criminal left the crime scene? Where's the picture? Yes. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victims. However, where are the criminals' footprints? They aren't there. So Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor? This witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes? The testimony you've provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just that I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. She instructed him to lie. It comes up again. Order, I will have order. Franziska Von Karma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls. You're not gonna believe this, but it's true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. The truth. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he flew. This is the truth. Now get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't have footprints. I think we're gonna need... Like, the judge cannot make a ruling today. We're gonna need to investigate Afro. He very conveniently has his room on the 3rd floor. He could have strings attached and, you know, just go back to his room like that. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was... How do I put this? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of the crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me, especially since it's the best part of the story? Mo probably very strongly believes it was Max just because he also flew. So he's not trying to be, you know, lying or whatever. Or trying to frame Max, or he really believes it. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? He is telling the truth. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he is telling the truth? That's what I think. Nick, wait. That means that Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. No! Ow. Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish dream. Don't tell me I needed to save before this. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. It wasn't magic. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that. But I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. Please give me time to investigate. You imbecile. If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Yes! Okay. But that means we're gonna have to wait longer to find out what happened to Edgeworth. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. Nobody wants to figure this out. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Okay. December 29, 2:33 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 5. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. Yeah, he needs his tricks inside the big top, right? But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. He had to admit it. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. Alright. gonna end the stream here. I am a little bit happy that it ended before the 3-hour mark, because that means I can kind of manage to do laundry before Dad gets home. I usually do laundry on Friday or Saturday, but yeah, I was too busy last week to do it, and now we're all out of towels, and I'm like, yeah, I need to do the laundry today, but I don't like to do it after Dad gets home, because I prefer to do it when, you know, it's still morning and it doesn't get cold, and I can see the path to the laundry room and all that. I don't know, I'm way too picky about doing laundry, but yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. Gonna do laundry, probably maybe cook something while waiting for the dryer, and tomorrow Soren did say he wants to collab tomorrow. We haven't decided yet if it's gonna be Ship of Fools or this other game that we just thought would be fun to try. But there will be a collab tomorrow with Soren. And then, I don't know, if I can find the time to figure out what to do about Yooka-Laylee, maybe I'll be able to tell you guys what's gonna be happening on Thursday. But for now, I have no idea. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate you all, and have a good rest of your day and your week. Bye-bye.